This is a Chucky Beat production.
What's good, ISO gang? We back with another video, and in this video I'm about to show you boys the best badges for a low three-pointer. We're going to discuss all these badges and I'll tell you what each one does. That way you can apply it to your own game. But for the most part, this badge loadout that I'm going to share with y'all boys is going to focus on three-pointers under like a 73 ball or so. On my two-way slashing playmaker and my two-way fast purse wing, both of those builds have like a 65 three ball, and then the most badges that I get on them is 12 and 10. So yeah, man, I'm using my point forward just because I can change my badges just to show you guys, because I don't have all my shooting badges unlocked on my other two builds. Make sure boys drop us up, turn on post notifications, and join the ISO gang. So yeah, man, with that being said, we're gonna get right into it. The very first badge that you want to unlock is Sniper. This badge will make shooting so much easier. It exaggerates the impact of good and poor shot timing. As long as you time your shot well, make sure your meter is off. You're going to be able to hit more whites, and then you're going to get more greens. This is the most OP shooting badge on the game. And then next, you want to make sure that you get Hot Zone Hunter. Along with that, you also want to make sure that you get your hot zones. Speaking of hot zones, this is my center build that I use to rep grind at the rec center when I'm playing with randoms. But just to show you guys, some people have asked, check your hot zones. You want to go to play next game, and then you want to go down to team stats, or I'm sorry, you want to go down to player stats, click on your profile, and then you can right trigger all the way over until you see this chart. Now listen, your hotspots will carry over from each game mode. For example, you guys see I have my hotspots in the corner where I be shooting, and I've only played the rec center with this build. So yeah, man, you can get your hotspots in park, my career, rec center, whatever the case may be, and they will all carry over. Very important that you get your hotspots, especially at the top of the key whenever you're shooting with a low three-pointer. And once you get those, plus Hot Zone Hunter, plus your sniper badge, you're going to be shooting extremely consistent. Alright, man, so after you lock those two badges, the next badge that I'll be rocking is Stop and Pop. Boost shot rating on standstill three-pointers after dribbling. This badge is really good. It gives you a really good boost, and you guys know how it is. If you're playing on a two-way slashing playmaker, whatever the case may be, most of the time the defense will sag in the paint. So if you're dribbling going left or right and they're just sitting in the paint, this badge will give you a boost. Paired with your sniper, Hot Zone Hunter, in your hot zones, you're going to be shooting even more consistent. So this is generally what my badge loadout would look like. And for my last couple of badges, depending on if you have 10 or 12, whatever the case may be, I would probably put it on something like maybe Rhythm Shooter or even Green Machine. Green Machine works best on bronze. I also really like Catch and Shoot, because sometimes I'll be spotting up in the corner whenever my other guards be ISOing, or whatever the case may be. So it really depends on your playstyle. I feel like Catch and Shoot is highly underrated, especially for guards. Maybe your defender, maybe your center gets a rebound and kicks it back out and you get that boost. But yeah, man, Catch and Shoot has always been a really good badge. And this year, I feel like Green Machine, from what I've seen, Green Machine works best on bronze if you equip it. I've also seen some people use Rhythm Shooter, improve shots taken after breaking down your defender, but I feel like Stop and Pop is a better version of that badge. So I'd recommend Stop and Pop over Rhythm Shooter. A couple of new badges, Limitless Spot Up and Shelf. These badges would work extremely good if you have a high three-pointer, but for like a low three-pointer, these badges usually only kick in whenever you're shooting from limitless range. And if you're on a two-way slashing playmaker type build with like a 65 three ball, you only want to shoot threes whenever you're right on the lawn. If you shoot too deep, you're probably going to miss no matter what. So I haven't been using Chef or Limitless Spot Up on those builds just because I don't feel like they're going to be that beneficial. So yeah, man, the main badges that you want to focus on is Hot Zone Hunter, Sniper, and Stop and Pop. And then you want to get your hot zones, turn your meter off, and then get your jump shot boost. And that's going to allow you to shoot extremely consistent. Now for the rest of these badges, Blinders would be really good for a playmaking shot creator. It's super OP. But for a low three-pointer, it's not really going to be a badge that you focus on. Catch and shoot would be a really good one if you like spot up or, you know, your center kicks it back out to you. If you have the badge points, circus threes is good for like fadeaways from threes, of course. And you're not going to be doing that with a low three-pointer. But if you have a high one, then that would be a good badge for you. Clutch shooter, I don't feel like anybody uses this badge. A corner specialist could be good if you spot up in the corner. If you have a low three ball, like with a lockdown defender type build. Deadeye would be good, but not for a low three-pointer, just because you're not going to be shooting contested shots. Difficult shots, you're probably not going to be fading with the builds that I be generally using with the low three-pointer, but this could be good if you're like a playmaking shot creator type build. Fade ace would be for post scores. Lucky 7, I've heard people talk about this, gives a boost to early shot clock jumpers. This might be good for wreckers though, but for park, this probably isn't going to be a badge that I use. Mismatch expert, receive less of a penalty when shooting over taller defenders. Give a low three ball, you're probably not going to be shooting over taller defenders. But if you're like a play shot type build, this is a super OP badge. And then of course rhythm shooter, I feel like stop and pop is better. Set shooter increases shot rating when taking your time before shooting. This could be a good badge if you spot up in the corner or whatever the case may be, but I feel like I would rather use my badge points on these other badges. Slippery out ball, I don't feel like anybody ever uses that. Volume shooter, I've not heard anybody use this badge either this year. So yeah, man, my main loadout for my shooting badges as far for low three pointers is gonna go something like Hot Zone Hunter, like I said, Sniper, Stop and Pop, and that's 9 badges right there. Depending on if you have 12 or 10, I'd probably go something like maybe Green Machine on bronze and then put Catch and Shoot on silver. Maybe something like that, but it really just depends on your playstyle. Those first 3 badges are super important though. So yeah, man. Hopefully this badge loadout will help you guys out. Let me know if you have any questions. Thank you boys so much for all the support, man. It's been your boy JR, and I'm out. Peace.